Hey everyone, so something huge is happening right now in India's digital world. We're witnessing a massive shift. We're going beyond just looking at data on a dashboard to a future where AI actually takes action for us. And right at the center of this revolution are Salesforce and its incredible analytics platform, Tableau. Trust me, this isn't just about new software, it's about a completely new way of thinking about business. All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the big picture, India's incredible digital boom. Then we'll zoom in on Salesforce's massive strategy, get into the core tech shift that's happening with Tableau, and finally, see how it's all shaking out in the real world for workers and big companies. Let's get into it. So, to really wrap our heads around why Salesforce is making such huge moves, we first need to get the lay of the land. We need to understand the sheer scale of the opportunity in India. Honestly, it's the bedrock for everything else we're about to talk about. Okay, just take a look at this number for a second. $27.2 billion. That's what India's data center market is expected to be worth. This isn't just growth, it's an explosion. And that explosion is the engine that's turning India into an absolute global powerhouse for data, for the cloud, and for AI. So what's behind this? Well, it's really a perfect storm, in the best way possible. You've got strong government programs pushing everyone to go digital. You have 5G rolling out, which enables all sorts of amazing new services. Businesses are adopting AI like crazy. And on top of all that, you have new data laws that mean a ton of this digital infrastructure has to be built right there, in India. It's creating this unbelievable demand. So you've got this massive opportunity, right? The stage is set. So how does a giant like Salesforce play its hand? Well, they aren't just dipping their toes in the water. They are investing billions to lead the charge, turning India into a core strategic hub for their entire global operation. Now, what's really fascinating here isn't just the growth, it's the sheer speed of it. A 47% jump in revenue in a single year, that doesn't just happen. It's being fueled by Indian businesses that are growing so fast, they need new tools to keep up, especially the kind of smart AI-powered analytics that Tableau delivers. And look, this isn't just about money changing hands. We're talking about a massive investment in people, over 14,000 employees. India's become this incredibly important center for talent and new ideas for the whole company worldwide. And if you need a symbol of that long-term commitment, look no further. This isn't just another office building. A Salesforce tower, set to open in 2026, is a state-of-the-art landmark. It's a physical anchor, a powerful statement about their investment in India's tech future. And you can hear this vision straight from their leadership. It's so clear. The future they see isn't about AI replacing people. It's about AI agents working side by side with humans, making them better at their jobs and delivering way better results for customers. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. This brings us to the heart of the whole strategy. It's a fundamental change in how we even think about data. This is the moment where Tableau stops being just a tool that helps you see your data and becomes an engine that helps you act on it. And that brings us to this key concept, the agentic enterprise. So what on earth does that mean? Well, think of it this way. We're moving past AI that just gives you suggestions to an AI that can actually do things for you. It's about learning to delegate outcomes to a trusted AI that works within rules you set. This slide right here, this explains everything. Think about it like this. The old AI, the assistive AI, that was like a co-pilot. It gives you advice, points things out. But this new agentic AI, that's the autopilot. It can actually fly the plane. You're no longer just building the logic, you're delegating the entire outcome. It's a huge difference. So you might be wondering, how does Tableau actually pull this off? Well, it's basically a four-step chain reaction. First, Tableau Semantics builds an AI model that actually understands your business. Then, the Tableau agent lets you ask questions about your data in plain English. Next, Tableau Pulse is always watching and it proactively sends you important insights. And here's the magic, the final step. That insight can automatically trigger an action through Salesforce Flow. So an insight about low inventory can automatically place a new order. The loop from seeing to doing is now closed and automated. Okay, but wait a minute. Trusting an AI to do stuff for you with your company's most sensitive data? That sounds risky, right? Well, you can only do it if you have an absolutely rock-solid, secure foundation. And that's exactly what Hyperforce is. Think of Hyperforce as the modern, super secure platform that makes all of this possible. It lets Salesforce run everything on major public clouds like AWS. And for India, this is a game changer. It means data can be stored locally, keeping it compliant with the country's laws. It also brings top-tier, zero-trust security and the kind of massive scale you need to run a trusted agentic enterprise. Of course, you can have the best technology in the world, but if people don't know how to use it, what's the point? This kind of huge technological jump needs a huge human jump to go with it. And Salesforce is investing heavily to build that AI-ready workforce in India. And they're putting their money where their mouth is. Through their Yuva AI BART initiative, they've committed to training 100,000 learners in the AI skills needed for this new world of work. That's one of the biggest programs of its kind in the entire country. And this isn't just some one-off workshop. It's a full court press. We're talking partnerships with government, a free online learning platform designed to reach smaller cities, and deep collaboration with thousands of colleges and universities. They're literally building the talent pipeline from the ground up across the entire nation. So this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Well, this isn't some vision of the distant future. The agentic enterprise is already here, and it's already changing how Indian businesses and even the government works. And we're not talking about small startups here. You can see the impact across India's biggest and most important industries. I mean, look at Air India using these tools to manage their entire fleet, or Tata Consumer Products using them to handle their incredibly complex supply chains. This is a fundamental change in how these major companies operate. And the impact goes way beyond just private companies. It's actually playing a huge role in some of the country's most ambitious public projects. The best example is the Ayushman Bharat digital mission, which is building a digital health system for more than 670 million people. That's just a mind-boggling scale. The key idea here is creating what they call digital labor. But what does that really mean? Well, it's not about replacing government workers. It's about giving them a helping hand, an AI agent that can handle the routine, time-consuming stuff. This frees up the human workers to focus on the more complex, person-to-person parts of public service. So, as we bring this all together, here's the most important thing to remember. This shift to agentic AI is not a simple software update. It forces companies and governments to completely rethink how they work. Success in this new world won't be about who has the most data. It'll be about who is best at safely delegating outcomes to a trusted AI. And that leaves us with a really big question, one that affects all of us, really. For years, we've been getting comfortable with automating simple tasks. But the real question for the future is this: are we ready to take the next leap? Are we ready to start delegating outcomes? Something to think about.